brilliant film. All the way from New Zealand, the director, Mr. Timpson, and all the way from Los Angeles, the star, Elijah Wood.
Hey!
Hello! Oh! Hi!
Hey!
Oh, what a ride, eh? What a ride! Yeah, we've been selling this as kind of like the sleeper hit of this thing because there's no information.
Did everyone fall asleep? Is that what you're saying?
No one fell asleep. That was a beautiful thing. But there's no information about this film out there, so people came in cold, and it was really, really good. Just to hear this audience, like they were hooked at the very beginning. So it's a beautiful film. It's very heartfelt. It's very dark, and this started. So you didn't write this film, right? But it's based on it's an idea that you had. There's a little bit of a
legally, yes.
Yeah, but there's a bit of an autobiographical background. How did this thing come about?
Yeah, the writer is Toby Harvard, who is fantastic, and
Greasy
co-wrote the Greasy Stangler, which we produced many years ago. And so I had a really traumatic experience with my pops. He carked it in front of me.
For those people that don't know, carked it.
Carked it means drop dead. Yeah, sorry. You can just translate these sort of Kiwi euphemisms as I go along. So he dropped dead in front of me, which was traumatic, and then his partner at the time thought it'd be really a good part of the grieving process to embalm him by her ex-husband, who was the mortician. And then, yeah.
Her ex-husband was the mortician?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no. But if you put that in the film, no one would believe how weird it is. So it was quite unusual. So he came back in a coffin and just hung out in the living room, and then she skedaddled away and said it would be good for you kids, us kids, I'm like 100 years old, and to hang out with the body and just grieve with him. And I was like, yeah, thanks. And then my siblings were kind of busy for the period, so they spent a little bit of time in there. This was at his house. And then, so I stayed most of the time. And I did a lot of things that Norval does in the film. I sort of wore his clothes, smelt everything, and then I went down late at night. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
He's a really nice person.
Because you watch a lot of films and bad TV movies, and you're supposed to go down and have these conversations with your dead parents and all this unfinished business you have with your father, and get it off your chest and all the things you didn't say while they're alive. And I just went down there and looked at him, and it was like looking at Christopher Lee in the coffin waiting to pounce. I mean, I never sort of got everything off that I needed to got off in front of my dead dad. Yeah, this is going well. And I started like having these really weird surreal dreams about did I really know my father, because during the day people came and paid respects to Big Tony, as they called him, and I knew most of them. They were like relatives and things, and so it was very normal. But then there were people I had never met.
Did you know him as Big Tony? Or was that the first time you'd heard?
I never referred to him as Big Tony, no.
Right.
But we're both called Anthony. So he was I guess the Big Tony, yeah. But then there were people that had this history of my dad that, like from his early years, that I had no idea about. So this really sort of incredible convoluted history, like really rich and interesting. And I sort of knew that he was like he was a boxer at a young age, and then he was like he worked on sheep stations as a kid, and then someone paid for him, an anonymous donor paid for him to go to school, and he lived in the Depression. It was kind of like a rough childhood. So all these stories were like, wow, I don't think I really, and he was a very stoic guy. He never sort of shared all this early history about him. And so in my head I started like thinking, well, it's like maybe I didn't really know him. What if he had this dark past? And then I kind of thought like, I felt, because when you watch someone die in front of you, you think, shit, life is really short. Maybe I should do something with my life. I've been producing other films for other people, seeing their dreams come to fruition, and I thought, I was that kid, I was that filmmaker, you know, early on. I wanted to make films, I started making films, short films, and then I just went and deviated for like a quarter of a century. I was like, I'm going to make something, it's kind of like a tribute to Dad, a film he would kind of dig, and in my head it was going to be like this really lo-fi sort of scary supernatural short shot in the house, and use all that sort of, you know, angst and everything. And then I realised that I'm not that filmmaker. It would be like pretentious twaddle and embarrassing and a really horrible sort of tribute to my dad. So then I wrote to Toby and said, I'm a terrible writer, but here's a skeleton idea of what I want to do. Do you think you can write something? And he was like, this sounds great, I'm going to go and do it. And then he did.
How much did you direct him through that screenwriting process? Like, because you had your own experience, were you like really pushing to put those details in there?
Yeah.
Collaborative, right?
It was, yeah. So he came back with a draft, and I was like kind of pissed off because I suddenly realised this is not a film I can make pulling favours and shooting it really quickly, down and dirty, which I felt really comfortable about. I felt like timing is everything, and I know how long these films take to make, and it's been painful, and I thought I just need to get this thing done really quickly, otherwise I'm not going to do it. I'm going to slip back and fall back into this thing that I've been in the last 25 years. So I just was like, oh man, this is such a bigger script, it's kind of crazy. But then I just fell in, so I pissed off the writer, which doesn't help. You should never really upset your writer for a film you're going to work on. And it took a long time for us to come back, and then we sort of collaborated on and Greasy it, which, because it was, at one stage it felt to me, tonally, there was a lot of parallels. So it was some of the dialogue and things, so we just sort of spent maybe 18 months, I think, fine-tuning it and getting feedback and ending up with what we did. And then we were making jokes about, wouldn't it be great if Elijah was in it? Then eventually we sent it to Elijah with a photo of Skrillex.
You just answered two questions there that I wanted to ask. We'll get to the...
Covering so much ground, we don't even really...
Yeah. Elijah, the first question that I wrote down was, Elijah, the hair. What, how, and why? So,
yeah, it was an evolution.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the first image that I got was indeed Skrillex, and he was quite serious about it. This is kind of how I imagine normal will look. And I was like, okay, well, that's a starting point. Let's talk about this, collaborate. And it got more extreme. Some of your references became actually more extreme from there.
I got really confident after you said yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But did you write it, or was it written with Elijah in mind, or when you got to the finished point, you thought Elijah is perfect for this?
Well, Elijah's the only star I kind of know, so... if I'm being honest, I thought that would be the easiest way to get this damn thing made, so I was just really...
I'm a cheap date.
But to that point, Elijah, I haven't seen the film a couple of times now. I can't imagine anyone else being in this. And I mean, you've made an unbelievable amount of films. And I'm going to say that this is absolutely up there with your absolute best work. So, I mean, it's a phenomenal performance. And you bring... You know, totally, like, it's perfect, you've got your chops in there, but the thing that you do is you bring real heart to this, which is what I think is really critical to making this film work because of its source. Knowing the backstory that Ant had in bringing this film together and where it's really rooted, did you feel like a sense of gravity and like you had to deliver both on a personal and a professional level on this film?
Yeah, you kind of hit it on the head. I felt more stressed than I normally feel working on a film because of the fact that it was so personal to Anne. It was something that he was going through to a certain degree. I mean, the character was obviously a fictionalized version, it's not Anne, but it was, the experiences are very emotional and rooted in truth. And I needed to respect that and bring that to life in a way that was befitting his experience. So yeah, it was a fair amount of pressure.
there's a scene in particular after Norval's dad who's died, and then you lie down and fall asleep next to him. But before that, you're really venting on him. How close to real life was that? And share whatever you're comfortable with. But then also, as you were shooting that, and then as you were participating from an acting standpoint, both of you, what was...
Was that the drunken scene yelling at him?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what was that like for both of you?
That was actually the thing in the script. That I feel like every film that I work on, there's always one scene that I'm petrified of, and that was always the thing. That particular scene. So it was just, it was marked on the calendar and our schedule. I was like, fuck me, I'm gonna do this. That was an intense day.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a screaming match with my dead dad. But in the original script, it was a lot more visceral. The climax of that scene was him smashing a bottle in his face, which I thought might be a little bit too much. So, but I just remember that was a roller coaster for you to go through, because we wanted it in one big long take as well. And it was a tough day, and I thought you did an incredible job. I mean, I just felt so lucky having Elijah on board because of the grounding that he gave. Character that could really easily slip into a cartoon land, just from his whole look and the nature of the character. But it was just a joy to see such absurd material be brought down through the power of his performance. So yeah, thank you, Elijah.
Thank you. It was also a lot of fun. We spent the majority of the time making this film in that house. Yeah. That was a location that was actually a father and a son who built that house together. Interestingly enough, it was there was a hotel on the island where we were. The owners of the hotel, I guess the father and the son who built this house, and so that was our home. And a good portion of the movie is Norval on his own. Yeah. So there were days and days and days of it. It felt like we were making a play. Norval wakes up and there's a noise. It was very internal, a lot of what was going on. And there was something kind of enjoyable about that too, this sort of space that we'd all got ourselves into as a crew and as this sort of family in the environment of the house, which kind of became its own character as well.
That environment, that house particularly is amazing. There's that one shot when Noel's dad has died and you're in there and you've got that one shot with the cameras like spinning around you. It's amazing. Had you envisioned an environment like that when you were putting the thing together, or was it when you were location scouting and you were like, that's the place and it'll bring a whole new lease of life to the film?
Yes and yes. I mean, yeah. So it was always going to be as close to water as possible, and we circumnavigated Vancouver Island a lot. We did a huge drive in the recce early on, and then we came to this. Tofino, went along the beach, and there was like a miniature version of that house that was further down on a rocky outcrop, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect, and we checked it out, but it was like tiny, like a quarter of the size of the other place, and then I was like, this is perfect for exteriors, and everything, this is what we want, and then I think the scout said, oh, you should check out this house just further down. So we walked down the end of the beach, and it was just there, and I was like, oh, this has to be it. And then you do that annoying thing where it's like, you tell the producers, it's like, that's it, I'm not doing it anywhere else. And then, without even talking to the family. So we were kind of like, fingers crossed it was going to play out. And then I think Meeting Marie said it was going to be a rom-com with Elijah. And the family were really stoked about that. So.
Have you seen the film?
No, but I'm sure you can actually stay in the daddy house pretty soon. They'll be offering it for weekends.
You might either have totally crashed their business or sent it through the roof. So
he won Hotelier of the Year in 1997. I think was that the poster in the
right.
when you were where his dad's being tortured. And down there was a poster. That's actually the real garage of the building, so we kind of cheated everything. But downstairs was like a mouldy old poster of the guy who rented us the place, saying Hotelier of the Year 1997. And he brought all these people over during the shoot to introduce us to him. But he was kind of a loving guy. He just said, just don't do anything to damage the house. And then we were like, oh, the dandy scene's going to be really interesting to shoot. But yeah.
So not just Elijah, the whole cast in this film. There isn't a weak link. Everyone, it's an incredible cast, but everyone delivers super hard. Going down and seeing Martin Donovan, like from how hard these movies to today, like he's amazing and he's so good.
He's so into this film. Like I was texting Christian like late last night saying, Martin's thinking about jumping on a plane and coming down just because he feels like he's missing out on all the fun of the festival stuff. But
he's great. Steve McHattie, who plays your sort of dad, and then Michael Smiley appears with these teeth. and I mean, he's phenomenal.
Smiley turns up to every film with his own teeth. I mean, his like false teeth.
Yes.
Because the first I met him in the cafe when we went to lunch that day, and he goes, "What do you think of these?" He just pulls out his teeth and puts them in. I go, "Oh, perfect. Let's go with that."
And did you kind of cast this? Did you know who you wanted for these roles, or was it more the cast?
I mean, Smiley was like, absolutely. We were lucky to get Smiley mainly through Andy Stark, who was also a producer on the Greasy Stangler, and he's good buddies with obviously Ben Wheatley and Smiley. And so, I just pressured Andy and said, "Can you pull a favour and get this in front of Michael and see if his schedule is free?" And he was like, "I'm down, let's do it."
Yeah, it's great. And that side of the process, that's definitely leaning more on your kind of producer chops. Being the first film you directed, what was that experience like? And then Elijah, working with a first-time director, how was that?
It was correct. I mean, crazy for me. I mean, that's the sort of question. It's like, how is it different from producing? It's so different. I think I'll be a way better producer now after being a director, just because the communication you understand from the other side in the trenches is really different. I completely lost my mind, basically, and just pretended to put on a brave face. But again, I think I was really lucky to have Elijah, who I knew personally and who was just on top of everything from day one. I mean, McHattie was kind of intimidating, because I'd watched a video. He was at the Toronto Film Festival before casting him, and he destroyed this journalist on the red carpet. And I was like, fuck, this guy's serious. Like, I really respected. I grew up watching things like Moving Violations, with McHattie. So I was like in awe of the guy. What am I going to tell a guy who's been acting for 60 years? And so he turned up and he's like, he was a very stoic guy. He like maybe said 5 words the entire time of the film. And I was like, hey, it's great to have you. Should we have a chat? And he just stared at me for 2 minutes without saying anything. And we had this intense stare off. And I didn't blink, and then I didn't say anything, and he just went, ugh. All right, let's shoot this fucker. It was a great cast. I mean, I think we were super lucky. It was just one of those. I mean, filmmaking's about alchemy, and sometimes you get really lucky and everything just gels. And I just think we got really, really lucky, and just some great people turned up.
Yeah, it comes across in the film, like tonally, like you really hit the sweet spot between something that's really shines through at the end, which you've got to work your way through the film to get there, but it really bears fruit coming in. Sure. Yeah, okay, we're amongst friends. So I just asked Elijah, he's a new dad. His son is 2 weeks old.
Congratulations!
So we called him away. Now that you're a dad, do you view this film differently? Are there things that you see in this film, or you think about the script and like, yeah, I probably shouldn't kidnap someone and leave my kid?
Definitely, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know, I'd have to watch the movie. I didn't watch it tonight, so I'd have to watch it now with fresh eyes. But, I don't know, I have an interesting relationship with my own father that I think played into this a little bit too. That idea of being estranged and wanting to get to know somebody from having been slightly estranged from that person. I think we can all relate to that on some level. Well, not all. People have amazing dads.
Fuck me.
Films that daddy issue people only.
To speak to Ant as a director, by the way, it was ultimately a natural fit. I mean, I think, you know, there was a lot of conversation leading up to making the film, from the script to the character to how Norval would look and kind of these little idiosyncrasies that we were going to work on physically. But, you know, there was a great deal of confidence that I had in you, and I think that you had in regards to the vision that you had for this. I mean, you've been sort of sitting on this for a while, and I think, you know, it's that thing of when you get a group of people together, when you assemble your team, there's a sense of confidence on how to put that thing to, you know, how to ultimately put it all together. And, you know, there was no question every day that you knew where we were going, and I leaned on you equally.
Because I went around to everybody at the first day and I said, "This is my dead father." No pressure, but can you bring your A game?
His foot was also broken by one. What? Yeah, so he rolled his ankle on the rocks that are on the outside of the home. First week, right? Yeah. Maybe. Okay, yeah.
How long was the shoot?
21. Yeah.
21 days.
Yeah.
21 days.
So he rolled his ankle, didn't go to the emergency room, got like some kind of moon boot thing, kept walking on it, was like, it's fine. Didn't get an x-ray. I was like, you should probably get an x-ray. He was like, nah, it's cool. And then like a week after that, you took the moon boot off, you were fine. You were walking around and then you re-injured it. Because it in fact hadn't.
I was a mess, basically, yeah.
But then he gets back to New Zealand. When he finally gets back to New Zealand is when he actually goes to get an x-ray and it had been broken. He broke it the whole time.
Christian, you suffered for this film, I mean.
For art. Do you want to direct again? Or was this such a personal experience that you felt that you had to do it?
I think, I mean, definitely the personal connection. I mean, I wasn't looking at scripts to like, I felt the need. It was through that experience. So, and my mum's dead as well, so I guess I got to wait for a civil to cark it and then work on.
Part two?
I could be one and done. I mean, I can't top this cure.
That's going to be like the family death saga?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of relatives, so.
This is how Ant processes his family members' deaths, by making movies about them.
Yeah, I will mention you down the line. I don't talk to you now, but I will talk about you after you're gone.
Yeah,
it was exhilarating. Seriously, I had such a blast. So different from producing stuff. It was terrifying and exhilarating. It was like bungee jumping every day, and you get into routines in life, and I feel like you have to, once you get comfortable, that's not a good place to be. And I feel like you need to be challenged, and I felt super challenged on this thing. So I kind of love that feeling, and I want to get back to that.
Yeah, we need to see more films from you. Let's take some questions from the audience.
So there's like a perfect balance between like dark shit and humor in this. I was wondering what the process was like, both writing and directing it, and also for you, Elijah, acting out these hysterical yet terrifying scenes, like finding that balance like throughout the.
So the question for the rest of the audience is talk about the balance and act between dark shit and the really fun stuff, both from a directing standpoint and from a logic factor.
I mean, first we sort of, we knew at the script stage it was going to be a real high wire act to control the tone, and I kind of felt like confident if the actors knew what you wanted and what the tone of it was going to be, to play everything kind of straight, no matter how extreme and absurd it got. It was going to work out, but until you really get into the edit and see how things are sort of gelling, you don't really know. And it is subjective. Like some people think like maybe you know, once things get a bit too wacky, it's like it loses the grounding of the first, you know, 60 or so, and then it's not gonna, they're not gonna buy it. But I think it's worth taking the risk to try and balance as high as you can go, just because it feels different, because we're so used to seeing these sort of pedestrian tonal films. So I kind of like the fact that we took a few chances and hopefully it worked out.
Is it the film that you envisioned?
Yeah, like it's the most surprising thing. It's like pretty damn close to how it was, like what I wanted it to turn out. Yeah, I'm really stoked with it.
Yeah, you should be really proud. The gentleman right there is kind of jumping up. Oh, Greasy Stangler hat. Yeah.
Hi. So Greasy Stangler is actually my most watched movie of all time, 19 times.
Wait, what?
Security.
And you've worked with so many great people in so many great movies, Greasy Stangler, Deathgasm, Turbo Kid, and I'm wondering, because this film was so personal, and this was your first time directing, did you kind of go to those people and like the way their styles and kind of have that inspire you, or did you try to kind of resist that and because it was so personal to you?
The question is, did you lean on other filmmakers and past experience with filmmakers in making this?
No, I don't think so. I think, if anything, I mean, I'm probably inspired. I'm really old compared to those filmmakers that I work with, who are usually like young, new, original voices. So I kind of like all the films that inspired me from like when I was a child, or like the mid-70s kind of films, and they're the seminal ones that carry through. But no, I think if you try to Xerox too much, then it's really obvious. So it's like you just get influenced by things, and then it just comes out naturally. But the minute you start like Xeroxing literally, anymore, it just becomes like a sort of muted vision.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like cues in there, and like watching the game tonight, I almost saw like some Coen Brothers in there, but it's not something that they would do. It's uniquely your own. So like that voice is really prevalent. It's beautiful. Gentlemen, right there.
Yeah. Well, I've always been a big fan of yours ever since The Good Son, and I was just I remember reading. I mean, an article back when you were 13. You were saying that how you were able. Yeah, it was just. I mean, it was just an article where you talked about. I mean, how you're able to transition from a child actor to a grown actor and everything like that. And you said that you owe a big credit to your mother to keep you grounded and everything like that. Yeah. So, and I was just wondering. I mean, I even remember in the article you were 13 and you said that she wouldn't even let you see Natural Born Killers when it came out in the theaters. Yeah. So I'm just wondering now, how does she feel about all these movies that you're making now? I mean, Greasy Strangler, this, and I mean, these are really fucked up films, right, if you ask me.
So the question, it was a long chat.
Sorry.
The question, how does your mom feel about the fucked up films you're making today?
Some of them I don't think she's aware of. Like, I don't know that she's aware of Greasy Stangler. I've broached that with her. However, she has seen Mandy, and I took her to Mandy. I took her with confidence, thinking she's going to love this. I don't know what I was thinking. The movie was about to start, and I was like, oh, I've made a great error. And then took her boyfriend to see it like the next week. So yeah,
Did the boyfriend like as well?
he did. He did. Both, and yeah, they were both 70. Pretty amazing. Not ages.
Gentleman right there, yeah.
So yeah, this film is like one of the most impressive dick stabbing shots. How did you in the editing room figure out the perfect amount of dick stabbing?
Thank you for noticing the number of dick stabs.
Because it's probably the best question anyone's ever asked. There is an incredible amount of dick stabbing in this film. When you were in the edit bay, how did you determine the correct amount of dick stabbing? And Timpson.
Well, I'm married, so I don't even know what that means. But yeah, those are the moments you lose your mind in the editing room. You can just same with what the sound of a poo pen should sound going into a person's body. Then you can get lost in in that world. It's kind of weird because that scene was supposed to make the audience kind of complicit. That you go really far, and it becomes like this kind of crowd-pleasing moment, and then you push it, you go a little bit too far. And I always use that analogy, like when you see someone running into a glass door in a mall and smashing it, and you go, oh, that's funny. And then they turn away and they're bleeding, and you go, ooh, and you still laugh. So I was kind of getting that tonal, trying to get to that point. So that's what I was thinking about in the editing.
Yes.
And Carl's here, and Sky was here, but you gotta go.
Hey!
Hello Sky, hello Carl from the Greasy Stangler. We love you.
Next question. Yep, what's the significance of the tiger?
Yeah. I really like tigers.
I don't even know.
There's a lot of convoluted stuff that will sound, now that I've had too many beers, I'm semi-pretentious, but we wrote this, I said to Toby, it's like, great actors, they need to have amazing background of their characters. They want this rich history to draw on. And so, we wrote a crazy history of this whole film, like 2 prequels worth, of where they came from and the whole history of the Bangkok kidnapping scheme and how Jethro used to run a bar called the Jaguar Lounge, which is what Mandy is wearing in the big fight scene. And they all named themselves after a big cat. So there was the tiger, the lion, the jaguar, and the panther. And they all the characters wear the rings of the gang. And so this big cat gang is what they were called. I'm just losing everyone right now, I can tell. There's a lot of tiger motifs. There's a symbolism between Elijah's character and the father who are connected through a tiger, and I kind of wanted that to play into the rest of the film in kind of sometimes obvious ways, but other times subtle ways. And then there's kind of some inside of baseball in that as well, that if I start explaining it will sound really naff. So I'm taking I won't explain it.
But is it fair to say, so now you said there's like 2 prequels in there, is there any chance that we're going to get to see Hattie, Martin and Smiley come back for a prequel?
I need to watch The Irishman to see how the de-aging looks with a budget under $1 million.
Don't even bother, just tell people they're younger.
We've got we want to see the mum. If we're going to do, we will do an immediate sequel starting on the beach. Going from there.
Perfect. Any other questions in the room? Gentleman right there, yeah?
You seem to choose a lot of characters that end up way over their heads, maybe unprepared for the situation they find themselves. Like Green Street, Cooties, Derby, Illuminated, even Schroeder. What kind of draws you to those kind of roles?
Elijah, it seems like you're drawn to characters who get in well over their head. What draws you to those roles?
It feels coincidental, honestly. Genuinely. I mean, I can see the pattern. A pattern has emerged. But they are all for different reasons. This was so specifically because I wanted to work with Ant and because I love Toby as a writer and read the script and it was unlike anything I'd read. The character was really weird, but there was also heart in him, despite there was this, kind of artifice. So I'm drawn to filmmakers and interesting ideas, and not necessarily characters specifically. We're looking for a character that is a fish out of water or in over his head. Although those scenarios do present quite a lot of sort of dramatic fun to be had.
All right, let's take one more. We had a dick stabbing question. It was really good. So this last one, it was really, really good. Do you have an amazing question?
Probably not.
Hey, he's honest.
I don't know. We'll take another one. What's the question?
I just would like to know if the audience reaction met the expectation of the process when you were creating.
Did the audience reaction meet the expectation of the process when you were creating? I think for both of you guys, that's a really cool question.
Yeah.
I don't know about tonight because I was out there drinking instead of watching it. But yeah, overall, I mean, I think it's weird to watch it in different countries as well. So you can see it in Seoul and see how the audience reacts there.
Differently.
Yeah, sort of, various foreign locales, and it seems to play universally. I mean, it's kind of weird because the subtitling is not, sometimes those sort of language jokes that Toby has a lot of fun with language seem to land elsewhere. But it seems to play exactly as it should. The weird thing is like a Michael Heseltine line, which gets a laugh from people who probably have no idea who he is as well, but because we explain a joke for them.
There is no uglier politician on the planet, disheveled, than Michael Heseltine. So when Smiley said that when I watched it the first time, I literally just died in my boots right there. But the fact that the film translates into any territory, and it played through the roof here, the fact that it does that regardless of whether, it's your hometown, or it's across the world, or it's with subtitles, is truly a testament to the work that you put in as the,
keep going.
Influence. I don't want to call you the writer, right? But you were so intimately involved in that. But the story that you bring to this, the way that you directed this film, you really, really balanced this thing because it could go either way, but you nailed it right down the fucking middle. And then Elijah, exactly the same for you. There's a million ways that this character could have gone, but you both pulled it off seamlessly. And so the fact that this film is playing so well across the world is a pure testament to both of you and what you've done. So thank you guys for being here.
Special mention to the cast as well. Our cinematographer was really extraordinary.
Yeah.
And it was a real ally. The two of you worked together very closely.
He was.
An important relationship.
He's a crazy Irishman, and I love him to death.
Yeah.
We love those. So from one crazy Irishman to one crazy New Zealander, and you're not that crazy, Elijah. Your characters are. But let's give a huge round of applause. And Elijah Wood. Thank you.